Hi, this is Tom Schreiber, and welcome to this video on training and employee engagement. I've worked with clients in every state and 5 countries. Today I'll share my thoughts on the #1 driver of employee engagement, what managers must do to engage their employees, what every employee must do to engage themselves, and to start off with, what every great trainer knows. There's 2 types of trainers in the world. The first type is the one when they walk into the room brightens. And the second type is the one when they leave the room brightens. And so the type that brighten the room when they enter, I think have a couple of characteristics. First, they're great presenters. So they have a command in front of an audience that gives them credibility, and they have a great command of the language that helps tell stories and pictorial images that connect with people, because the majority of folks are visual learners. The second characteristic, I think, they're good facilitators. They know when to stop putting forth ideas and then to start now drawing out of the audience their insights, their questions. And to be able to transition from that presenter to that facilitator is a key skill. A third characteristic I think that great trainers have is they're connectors. And so they're able to take their vast experience, as I was introduced, 50 states and 5 countries. I've met a lot of people, I've been in a lot of organizations, and how I can move into a discussion and a training environment and transfer that knowledge that I've accumulated to the person there. It opens them up. They can see how there's real life application to what they're learning. And then I think the fourth key, really, and it's a differentiator, is trainers that do their homework. Do they meet with senior leaders in advance of the training? Do they have conversations with key influencers who'll be in the training? Do they do tours of the environment where the work gets done? Do they have time to go out and advance their knowledge around the marketplace and know the current trends and issues? You know, you want audiences, when a good training session is over, to be able to say, that trainer knows our business. You know, there's a lot of research out there, great organizations, Hewitt, Aon, Towers Perrin, Kenexa, Gallup. I think some of the best research is from a colleague and friend of mine, Lee Branham. He's written 3 books on the subject. Another friend, Brad Fetterman, is another engagement expert. What's bubbling up to the top, and you see across engagement initiative studies, is this idea about having caring leaders who you can trust. And more often than not, especially I see it today in speaking with business leaders and with employees, when people are asked about the experiences they've had inside organizations where they felt most engaged, where they want to give that discretionary effort beyond just their job description, it's in many cases linked, and you hear the language, there was a level of trust in my organization. And when there's high trust, work gets done faster. Less emails go around. There's fewer meetings after the meeting. There's fewer questions because there is this high level of trust. And so while there's key drivers of employee engagement, the #1 that I'm seeing most commonly is trust in senior leadership. There's 2 schools of thought here. One says it's the employee's responsibility to engage and motivate themselves. It's not the manager's job. The second school of thought says managers can and do engage and motivate their employees, and research again bears out that commonly people disengage and then sometimes leave as a result of their relationship with their manager. So the managers that I've worked with and those that come to me and ask that question, what can I do to get my team back and engaged? I think the ones that do it well do 4 things exceptionally well. First, they clearly define goals. So imagine yourself on a team where you really don't know what's expected of you and you don't know what you're working to accomplish. You're left with a lot of questions. So again, the first thing, they clearly define goals. Second, they make resources available. So there's nothing worse than being in this make-do environment that we see a lot going on in organizations today. And people are resourceful and they're inventive and they'll do what it takes, engaged employees, to get the job done. But think about that manager who you want to work for because they do what it takes to get the resources available. The third thing that I think managers do well to engage and motivate their employees is that they recognize performance. And there's 2 ways to do that. Obviously, we all want to be appreciated and told that we've done a good job. And so that's the first way, to give positive recognition. Contrary, though, is teams where you have people that just aren't pulling their weight. And you want to see disengagement occur? Have that as a lingering characteristic of a team where people feel like not everybody's pulling their weight. And so managers that can acknowledge performance that's not acceptable, is a way to engage and motivate people. And finally, it's those managers that can connect. The old expression is, I don't care what you think until I know how much you care. These are managers and leaders who are authentic. They're genuine. We know that before they're business people, they, like us, are humans, and we really have a relationship with them. I think what it really comes down to is asking, how can I renew my motivation for my work? How can I rethink my level of contribution? How, when that year comes and we have the performance review, instead of being asked, how well did you do your job this year? Can you respond with, how well did I grow my job this year? And that's what's asked of each of us, to look at the work we do and to grow it, to make it more than what we had just taken on. So re-engagement, sure, there's things the organization can do, and there's actions that managers can take, but it really asks each of us a core and critical question. How bad do we want to be our best? It's what we go to bed with at night, and what we have to wake up and take to the workplace every day, our best.
Remember, great trainers know your business. Trust drives employee engagement. Managers engage employees, and employees must re-engage. Every successful relationship starts with a conversation. If you plan meetings or conferences and need a speaker or breakout leader, you lead a team and desire better performance, or you run a business and simply want more customers, let's connect. Put my expertise to work for you, engaging employees, growing revenue, and improving performance. Thanks so much. This is Tom Schreiber.